Hi, I'm Celeste and welcome to Find Your Purple. I wanted to give you a brief rundown of my Ultherapy treatment. Now, Ultherapy is a fairly recent phenomenon, I guess, in the skincare industry. I guess it's very popular in Hollywood. And what it does basically is injures the tissue below the surface of the skin and causing the body to react as if you're wounded, because you are, and then it brings in more collagen, which in the case of a 60-year-old, we don't have a lot of collagen naturally being produced. So the wound allows for that collagen, which will then hopefully plump up the wrinkles, tighten the skin, brighten the skin, bring more new skin cells to the surface. You can go online. There's a lot of things out there about it. You can find out technically how it does. I would invite you to check it out if it's interesting. But it takes 6 months from the time you get the treatment to the time you really see the benefit of it. Takes 6 months. And that makes sense because you're injuring the tissue well below the skin and you need time for it to come up, create its new cells and for you to see the results. So it's not something, if you want to look good for the weekend, it's not going to happen. In fact, in my case, the opposite happened. Everything I researched, there were even groups of women talking. Some of them said they could even fall asleep during the treatment. Now, there were a couple who said that didn't work for them, but they thought it hurt. But I thought I could suck it up and do it in one session because I did my face, down my neck. And I had asked about the discomfort, and they said, everyone obviously has their levels of pain threshold, and it probably is more painful to some than others. But I figured, well, I had, 4 babies, and the first 2 were natural, and surely I could do this. I got in there, and after about 45 minutes, I had to call a halt to it. It hurt so bad. Again, I'm a wimp. I've said on others, I will admit I don't have high pain tolerance. But man, it hurt. And she didn't have time to really rest. She was really good about, letting me rest. But she couldn't drag it out forever because there was another appointment coming after me. So we decided I would come back. And I already paid for it, so I didn't have a choice, even though I didn't want to. And the next day, I was badly bruised. And I'll put some pictures in there so you can get an idea. Mainly down this area, and this, I looked like a Fu Manchu. This is after it was healing for several days. And it took several weeks for that to heal. In fact, I had to cancel my next appointment because they said, well, if you're tender, don't come back because it'll make it hurt more. And Lord knows I didn't need that. So it was about 5 weeks before I wasn't, really painful to touch. The main areas for me that it hurt so much was the jawline. But it hurt really bad and it bruised really bad. Again, when you look online, people will say you can go back to work the next day and, no problem. Well, if someone had planned to go to an event or something and they didn't, and they ended up being bruised like me, they would have been really irritated because it was too purple for makeup to cover it. I looked a mess. And it took, a few weeks for me to heal. And I used arnica. I did, all that stuff. Did everything I could and anything they recommended. But the second time I went in, one, they didn't have to go as deep. The first time they managed to go the deepest. So the second time was they do another pass, I guess, and they go higher. So I don't know. I'm sure it's a combination. And I also used the Duchess of Derma pain number. I don't remember what's prepping ointment. I think it's what it's called. And I shared it in the Derma roller, and I'll put the link below. But it was, I put it on 45 minutes before my treatment, and so it numbed the top layers. They had said most numbing creams won't work because what they were doing was way below where the numbing cream would go. But I felt anything would have to help. And so that second pass, even though it was another 45 minutes, it didn't hurt near as bad. It was manageable. I won't know until 6 months from really I don't know if that would be for my first treatment or my second treatment, because my first treatment was in April. My second treatment was in May, And so 6 months won't be till October or so. So I will check back with you then to see if anything's happening on it. It wasn't cheap. It was a few $1,000s. So I got a pretty substantial discount from my daughter because of the company she worked for. They were offering them a discount so that I wouldn't give you the price because the discount wouldn't apply. But anyway, that was Ultherapy, and I am hoping it plumps up. See, I got these lines here too, that the creases, and I don't know if it's going to be able to do anything for that. And I got these lines up here. I'm also adding derma roller. I'm doing creams. I'm eating healthier. So I'm hoping all of it. I do think I look better, and everyone's telling me I look better than when I started this journey in January, and we're now just into June. So I think all of this is helping. But again, it just took making a decision to start taking steps to change what I eat, what I wear, how I take care of myself, and exercise. And because every decision I make is going to change my future. In the meantime, grab your cup of tea, sit back, and let's start sharing.